Alright, fuckers, welcome back to Practicing Portraits, an artwod roadmap. As you can see, my intro narration voice is getting a lot better. Doobie doobie dooba, Perry. Alright, anyways, yeah, we're doing the artwod portrait roadmap. Right, artwod is the best online platform for drawing from imagination and learning actually how to understand and draw forms and 3D space. Link in description. I'm not an affiliate, I'm just a dick rider slash shill. Right? What's it called? Oh, yeah, if you don't believe in artwod, it's because of them that there you go. This is like my little selling point, right? And purely just from dick writing, yeah. If you don't believe in artwod, I can only draw like this because of them. I've been drawing for 3 years and 2 months. What is this channel? It's an art progress channel. If you click on my channel, you'll be like, well, he has 300, almost 400 videos of just progress, right? Of just literally what I practice every single fucking day, or like 5 days a week, 6 days a week. Right? It's an art progress channel. Watch me become great. I'm gonna demystify the process of greatness, and there are specific things you must practice to become great, right? Emphasis on the come of greatness. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. Anyways, I literally don't know what I'm saying. I had a much better intro in my mind plan. Whatever, fucking draw along. We're practicing portraits, right? We're doing a section of the artwod roadmap, right? Anyways, what am I doing right now? I'm looking at a portrait reference, right? And I'm projecting a box onto it and we're on rep number 18 because I'm doing the 50 rep rule. Whatever, fuck off. Fuck off. Get off my fucking channel if you don't give a shit. All right, if you do give a shit, please get your pen and paper out and draw along. Pen because it builds confidence, right? If that scares you, it shouldn't. It should excite you, or at least train yourself to be excited by this proposition. This proposition, because doing difficult things is all that matters, right? Anyways, I don't know. Let's see. Anyways, I'm looking at what am I saying? I'm looking at the portrait reference. I'm projecting a box onto that portrait reference. I'm projecting a sphere inside that box, and I'm projecting a center line, horizontal and vertical inside the sphere, inside the box. What I mean by projecting is like I'm visualizing the perspective, right? I'm visualizing the 3D space, right? How do I visualize? I personally have trained myself to visualize mainly on the page, but it's like a mix. It's like 40% my mind, 60% on the page. I know those numbers change, and I've been like going back and forth on how much of that it actually is, but everybody visualizes differently, right? Some people won't even see anything on the page for a very long time, just like I did for literally years and years on end. 2 years, 2.5 years, right? It was only in the past 8 months that I've really been able to see, because I've been training myself. It's all a skill, right? If you think that you can't visualize, you just haven't trained hard enough. That's 99% likely the case, right? You're not the 1%. It's highly unlikely you're the 1% individual who has aphantasia, unless you've gone out of your way to get tested, you've done tests, you've been like, okay, clinically this person has aphantasia, right? But you're not that person. We all know you're a fucking lazy piece of shit. We know you didn't do that. You just gave yourself a convenient label because it's easier than actually putting in years of effort with very little reward until the reward compounds and you're like, wow, actually maybe I can do this pretty decently. Even I can barely visualize, all right? Let that be clear. I can really not visualize that much. Like, if Kim Jong-il says he can only see 40 to 60% on this page, like this, what I did, maybe I saw 30 to 40, max, right? But I did this from my mind, from imagination, right? So, yeah, and that's all because of artwod. It's literally all because of artwod, right? They give you the work, not the shortcut. That's their little quote that's saying that they're advertising themselves as right now, which is 100% true. The reason I fell in love with them, the reason they changed my art is because they actually don't fuck around and they give you the goddamn work. If that scares you, then you're just not meant to be a hard worker, let alone an artist, is what you thought I would say, but there's no such thing as being meant for something or anything. Haha, you got baited. You can 100% do it. You just have to believe in yourself and focus on the effort that you're doing. Yeah, I'm never ever gonna tell you that you can't do something. I'll be a dick and I'll say really rude random shit all the time, but I'm not gonna tell you can't achieve something. That is the ultimate slap in the face. I am not your teacher. I am not your parent. I am not society that says you must have XYZ talent to achieve XYZ skill, right? Because talent is just a convenient word to weed out those who, whatever arbitrary powers that be, and this is getting into like a completely random topic. I don't think they're actually arbitrary powers that be. Maybe, who knows? But the point I'm trying to make is, completely fucking shit tangent aside, Jesus Christ, is that, okay, this is obviously way too, is this? I think this is way too angled, so it's a bit more subtle, right? But yeah, all I'm trying to say is, whatever external influences in your life that made you believe you were not capable of something, tell them to go fuck themselves and put in the effort to prove that you are capable of that thing, because effort is all that matters. And I'm telling you right now, your effort matters, alright? Your effort greatly matters. To me, you're special. Now that I spent 10 minutes jerking you off, you are now obligated to like, subscribe, and keep me on the background, give me your attention, and give me money, right? All links in description. All roads lead to hashtag Biggie Famming. That's the name of my audience. Remember the good old days when we used to have the creatures, right? The creature army, the bro army. Creatures obviously being my fucking nostalgia boner. I fucking miss them so much. I'm so sad. But anyways, life must move on. But I'm probably one of the biggest creatures fans that you'll meet. Unfortunately, I never got the plushies though, because I was a broke 15-year-old. But yeah, creatures. You know, remember Knobs for life. Immortal HD. Fucking Alex's channel got fucked, and now he's just uploading random bullshit, which I'm definitely not interested in. Yes, I'm a nostalgic cunt, as they say, right? And again, while I'm doing this, I'm really trying to think about that sphere, but it's so difficult because while I'm trying to think about that sphere, it's really hard to also think about the box. As well. While I'm trying to think about the box, it's hard to think about the center lines inside the sphere, inside the box. And you can see my lines are really shit. Like, my lines are genuinely very fucking ass. But I'm trying my best to visualize the center lines as well. That's the main thing right now. This angle, it really fucks with me because I can't visualize the center lines, right? This ellipse right here, this is the, you'll see that again, like, I'm trying to prove that my lines are really mediocre, right? Like, this is essentially the ellipse. Because I have trouble pushing out in this direction. That's also a skill. Everything is a skill. Think about it this way. I just want to say, like, anything in art that you struggle with, literally anything, anything in learning anything that you struggle with, but just purely to the context of art, right? It's a skill, right? So get that in your head. It's a skill, right? It's not a talent. It is not something that you'll never be able to improve. It is something that you can actively focus on improving, right? Focus being the main word, right? And focus is not something that you're able to consistently maintain at all times. My focus has been weaning and waning and waxing. What the fuck? What is another W word? This is important to me. Shut the fuck up. Wumbo. Hi Wumbo, you Wumbo. Classic. Anyways, it's all been Wumboing, but yeah, it's all a skill. It's all a skill, right? So I would encourage you to actively understand that even focus is a skill, right? The act of me focusing on trying to fucking calculate this contour, right, inside the sphere, inside the box, or the center line inside the sphere, inside the box, following the contour of the sphere is what I meant, is a skill. It is a very difficult skill. And I don't even know how many fucking artists are actively engaging their mind to the degree that I am when I practice these skills. Because my goal is literally to kill my mind. And I don't mean that like, oh wow, I'm a fucking hardcore, edgy, suffering. No, like, fuck that shit. Suffering is gay, alright? It is too happy. It is too queer. I can't turn that one around. Yeah, suffering is gay as shit. Fuck suffering. Right? I always do the thing where like, oh, by gay I mean queer, and queer means happy or like jolly or whatever. No, suffering is gay. I'm using it in the intended derogatory term way. Bars. That wasn't even a bar. That was just me spazzing out. But yeah, suffering is fucking stupid. Fuck suffering. All right. Suffering is for pussies. We out here not suffering. We out here enjoying the effort. Bars. Not, is that bars? Or is that just hashtag Viggy Famming? Yeah, we're Viggy Famming so hard. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is I miss the good old days where people had, what's it called? This is probably fucking whiplash. It's whiplash for me, because I just remember the reason I even brought up any of this shit is because I was just saying I'm a hashtag Viggy Fammer, and I was still trying to sell my my channel to the imaginary viewer who is definitely not here, right? But oof, okay, so I definitely got this angle a little too harsh. Pretty sure this plane, I don't think it's not sticking out this much. It's definitely sticking out, don't get me wrong, right? It's definitely angled in that way. And obviously this box, I see the issues, don't worry. Like, this is converging too much, right? Like, this is converging too fast. This line and this line, they're diverging, right? This line and this line are also converging too fast, right? This is why this plane looks awkward. I see all my mistakes, don't worry. I see as much as, because I've trained my mind. Again, you always want to understand more than you're able to apply, right? Because when you understand more than you're able to apply, and you won't be able to do that at all times. Trust me, I'm saying this from experience. Like, why do you think I'm struggling with the mech design stuff so much, right? Because I genuinely, there's so much that my mind and that I want to learn, but I can't because it takes time, right? And the only thing that's a matter of fact is that I'm just going to spend that time to figure it out, right? Anyways, as I was saying, hashtag ViggyFammers, that I've decided to create like an audience name. Oh, by the way, ViggyFamming, hashtag ViggyFamming, right? The hashtag is very important. Otherwise you might as well just fuck off, right? Like it's really, that is the crux, the core of this channel is the hashtags, right? It's cringe as it may be, it's my cringe. So deep, so fucking, okay, I'm pretty sure I fucked up this guy's lips. But again, these lips, everything I'm doing right here is just for, like, generally being like, oh, okay, like, here's how I can place the features. I have not learned the features yet in artwod's roadmap. This is very off, for sure, right? But I've not learned the features yet. But yeah, anyways, like, I miss like that shit, you know, knobs, homies, Sly Fox Hound, right, homies, creature cats. Kucha used to say creature cats a lot. That's one of the members of the creatures. The people, you youngins don't know the creatures, man. Anybody who has a content house, they were the pioneers of that, right? Like, they created the concept of a fucking content house. And again, YouTube gaming is what really popped YouTube off in the first place, right? Think about why PewDiePie, a gamer, as they say, right, is what became the largest subscriber. But that's just besides the point. I just obviously have extreme nostalgia and love for that time, right? 2010 to, it was obviously before that, but for me it was 2010 to 2015, 2014, like, those were the golden days for me. But anyways, yeah, I'm bringing back the audience names, right? Hello, ViggyFammers. Oh yeah, by the way, ViggyFamming, what I've defined it as, what I was trying to say. And by the way, while I'm talking, I'm thinking, which is an extremely difficult skill. Like, I'm literally still calculating everything while I'm doing my best, because obviously it's extremely fucking difficult. And I do want to make this quite larger, because I made that box a little bit too small, right? Which is amazing, because before that was the smallest my box could ever, that was the largest my box could ever go in terms of visualization. But now I can go a lot larger, so that was just a mistake on my end, right? I made it too small, but hashtag ViggyFamming basically means you put as much effort as you possibly could, and you enjoy that effort and the mistakes that you made. I.e., when you hashtag ViggyFamming, you're actually employing growth mindset. So anytime you're doing anything that is for your betterment when it comes to your mentality, your mental health, and just learning in general, you're hashtag ViggyFamming on the floor specifically, right? If you're not leaking, I'm sorry, like, there's no actual ViggyFamming happening. Right, but honestly, at this point, I'm just getting tired of saying ViggyFamming, and I've run this shit into the ground. So, draw along, please? Question mark. Yeah. So now what am I thinking about? I'm doing my best, absolute fucking best, to visualize this box. Right, visualize the box, visualize the sphere inside the box, visualize the center lines. And while I'm saying this, I'm reinforcing to myself what I'm trying to do, and visualizing the center lines, horizontal and vertical, inside the sphere, inside the box. Right. That's step one. Step two, which is already extremely fucking difficult, right? And by the way, this is the work it takes to have decent spatial reasoning skills, right? This is the work it takes. Step two, again, while I'm talking, I'm drawing, I'm thinking in my mind, and drawing is thinking. Drawing is not drawing specifically, drawing is thinking, right? And while I am trying to project and visualize, however I do all these 3 layers of perspective in my mind, right? I'm also trying to now design, and design is a million things. Design is big, medium, small. Design is functionality. Design is silhouette, right? Design is different shapes having manipulations within those shapes. Are there things being cut into them? Are there things jutting out of them? Are they changing planes? Is it happening in an aesthetic manner, right? Is it fucking going diagonal and then curving and then going another diagonal and then is something intersecting with that? That's design, and that is the most difficult part, and that's what I've been struggling with, and that's what I'm going to struggle with for definitely years on end. But I'm getting that struggle with, I'm embracing that struggle, not getting. See, again, language is very important. We do not say I'm getting over this hurdle. We're saying we're embracing this challenge, right? I'm embracing this challenge, this very realistic, very difficult challenge that is 100% without a doubt going to take years and years and years to even become slightly proficient at. I'm embracing it now, and I'm going to continue embracing it because I'm enamored. I'm enamored by hard surface design, right? I'm enamored by mechanical design. Obviously, Kim Jong-il is a huge influence of mine. I just love the way he drew mechs, and I love how he integrated the fluid gesture of the human body and actions and poses and like stories with like mechanical things being involved, whether it be machinery or whether it be people wearing mech suits or like people using something mechanical, right? So obviously I'm enamored by that. But the mistake I made last time, like in last video, right? Because if anybody watches the last video, if you even just go to like the last 10 minutes of the video prior to this, right? Part 43, part 42, I don't fucking know. right? We're gonna have hundreds of parts for portrait. Like I'm not stopping till like become a fucking portrait master, or not a master, but become excellent. So it's probably gonna take me a lot longer than I expect, which is exactly how things work as well, right? It takes a lot longer than you expect, so you just have to accept that fact. But that's why, like, I think it's a great skill to practice this hard surface wrapping and design and helmet design or whatever the fuck over it, right? But the mistake I made last time is like I started on my spatial reasoning was not good enough, and yet I still started on the right. Like over here, I put a shape here because I thought I'd be able to retain this perspective. But the truth of the matter is, this is what I need to visualize, right? Something close to this. But then this is what that perspective ended up being, something like this. So this is what I needed to, this is what I need to visualize. This is what ended up happening, right? Is this pen going to shit? Do we have to change pens again? I'm eking this shit out for like forever, right? Let's see what this one's like now. Oh, good. Let's see this one now. This one has ink. Fucking pentaru brush sign a pen artist pentaru, right? But anyways, it's enough dawdling. I have to start drawing. So again, large graphic shapes. Large graphic shapes. So with that in mind, there's a lot that can be done, but I have to think in terms of the sphere, right? So let me think. See, now I'm in extreme discomfort because I'm trying to think about the shape that is existing on the box, that is existing on the sphere, that is following the center lines inside the sphere, inside the box, right? And the shape needs to have some sort of functionality, some sort of purpose, some sort of aesthetic silhouette, some sort of interesting line weight or line length and plane changing variation, right? So all of that in tow for just this one, this one moment. Now I'm going to try something like this. And this could very well be something absolutely fucking retarded, right? We have to keep that in mind as well. This could very well be. See, like my mind already wants to go to this angle, right? Because like it's really hard. It's really hard for me to visualize this. You know, it's really hard. This is a lot easier. Even something straight like that, like that angle. But that's a completely different tilt. So I have to really, and it's amazing. Like I really have to fucking force my mind. And that's another thing. Like the effort we're putting towards forcing our mind to seeing something is also valuable. Right? I already fucked up like the other side, right? The contour wasn't following the contour properly, but this is just the first step. And again, I keep making it way too close to the box that it's in relation to, right? So what is that? That is a proportion and positioning issue or problem to solve, right? It's all problems to solve. So I've already fucked it up a little, but I think actually like we can make this definitely but the thing is, this is because this is a problem to solve. Now I can be like, the sphere originally this was supposed to be the center, right? This can still be the center. We can just have it foreshorten a lot more, and we can still keep the sphere primarily this perfect circle, right? That's what a sphere is inside the box, this way. And again, try to really think about the center lines, because now I have to think about like, okay, this is my large shape, right? This is the large shape I have committed to, but that doesn't mean, there you go, that will create some sort of foreshortening. This is a large shape I've committed to, but I'm just trying to think, right? This is the center, right? Because that's my center line. My brain is really hurting, and it feels amazing. Like every time I make these mistakes, I feel I've been training myself, and that's the whole point. It's like when you make errors, that you do your absolute best not to make, but you consistently make them. And the thing is, like what we can quantify or qualify or fucking assert as an error also makes a difference, because an error is essentially an attempted repetition that doesn't go well, right? So first you have to recognize what isn't going well, right? And then B, you have to recognize what you believe an error to be. So for me, an error is just me being indecisive, right? Like this. An error is me not being able to visualize it properly. An error is me putting down a line that isn't exactly how I wanted it to be, right? So, and those are all repetitions. And an error for me is just failing to consistently visualize. So when you think about it that way, I'm making dozens of errors every minute, right? So I can just brute force feel good about all these dozens of errors every minute, because I consistently am making these mistakes. Like even now, what shape do I want here, right? something like this, and then just there you go. See, I'm trying to manipulate these shapes, right? We're trying to make them seem as if they're a bit more interesting than they actually are. Like, we're changing the planes of it. So what can I have come out of this that would be like another large silhouette type shape? Or should it be a small one? Maybe I should have the large one down here, right? It's really difficult to think about. I'm speaking so fast. I do apologize. I genuinely do have a very fast rate of speech, I guess. What that tongue do though? Anyways, but I'm just trying to think, like, what should the other large shape be? Well, we can definitely silhouette something like this, right? And I know this is just me generically, as always, making a fucking diagonal, right? Generic diagonal by me, but that's only for the time being, because we haven't committed to anything, in the sense of like what these shapes are going to be, right? So it can only be generic for as long as I allow it to be generic, right? And again, trying to think about that sphere, very difficult. Adding a little cylinder in there that's off perspective. The ellipse and the fucking lines I made were off perspective, but that's coming down there. We should see just a little bit on the other side, just a little bit. Oh, this is so fucking difficult. I love this. I actually love this. I love this so much. Like, I can't see anything, but I still gotta think about the shapes, right? So, and this is where I have to, like, I guess start making moves, making money moves, right? Because I can't be staying here forever. Something like that, you know? Changing the plane, and we could definitely change the plane again if we did something like this, right? See, that adds dimensionality, right? Because now we've essentially said that there is a harsh angle that's jutting in, and that's like a little bit of subtraction that's occurring, right? It's like a slight little subtraction like that. And if you can't understand that, that's just because you don't understand form yet, right? You need to practice your simple shapes a lot. You need to understand plane changes. You need to practice having plane changes and subtractions occurring within a box and a cylinder, which is extremely difficult. And it took me thousands of repetitions of just that, right? Again, like, I have a video on my channel called "This is a video for beginner artists. You are not alone." It literally details all the effort that I put in. Okay, so maybe we can have something that comes out here. And another thing I'm trying to focus on is, like, just also allowing myself to say maybes, right? To say maybes, like maybe this, maybe that, because that has been a huge help when it comes to my drawing practice. So if that comes out that way, what is the logic that's occurring here? This comes out here, and then does it go out this way? I think it goes out this way. Yeah, see? I don't even think that's quote-unquote perfect, but there you go. And we can have this be a much larger silhouette. Like so. I don't think that's really that decent or whatever, but it's okay, because we're just gonna figure out how we can attach things, right? Oof, this is good. This is really good. Because again, it's still following the perspective, right? So what can occur here that is attached? Because we still have to think about the sphere, right? Like this, I'm still really trying to keep that sphere in mind. Although I've been failing miserably, by the way. Like oh, it feels so good. I've been failing so miserably. It's probably already been half an hour. I want that to be very clear as well. Yeah, 23 minutes, and what have I really drawn? Nothing, right? But it's my mind that's doing all the work, and I want to make that very clear to anybody watching, is like, the slow decision making is going to result in faster application years down the line, right? Like, the time you're spending now to really think about how these shapes connect and what you're drawing is going to be the catalyst for change and growth. So again, here, what can I do? I could definitely do something like this, maybe. Yeah, like, see, it's Now we've sort of established the nature of these shapes, but here again, like I want to do something, right? I want to have this silhouette be very clear. Even here, like what can this be? How does this connect? Does it even need to connect? There you go, it can literally just be something like this. Again, my lines are unconfident, so that's just part of it. But, and then, let's see. And this can, because I'm really trying to play with the form, right? So this, well, this actually should be connected to this. So you see I made a huge mistake. That line is super ugly and disgusting. But if that's connected like so, then we need to have, let me just think right here. So how would this be connected? Oh, I could have a box-like shape. And again, I completely lost the perspective there. I completely lost the perspective. I need to get the sphere back. But I could have a box-like shape that is essentially reasserting the perspective. So something like, and again, very little confidence occurring right now, right? Very little. Something like that. And this will be way more of a, let's see, I want to connect these two as well. So what do I want to do here? We can add something like this. There you go. That's a little bit better. And this can actually be subtracted on the inside. Doesn't really look that good, right? It kind of looks, my bad. I fucking kicked the tripod. No. There you go. Doesn't really look that good, but the point is we're trying to make sense. And this can be another large shape that perhaps, and that yeah, genuinely doesn't look that good. So now we got to think about like, okay, well, what can I do to make it seem like it's actually not shit? Because we got the same thing going on here, right? We got the same thing going on here. So I need to, again, constantly think about the perspective. Right? Just do my best not to fuck it up too much. There you go. And then this is coming down like that, maybe? I don't know. It doesn't really make sense to me. I think I fucked it up. But it's okay. So these are just general shapes. There you go. And maybe, yeah, maybe we can just leave this as it is. These are not great shapes, by the way. Like, that's the thing. Like, that's another mistake. I know these aren't good shapes. So it's like trying to recall as well, while keeping everything in mind. What is a good shape? Genuinely, what is a good shape? Who fucking knows? Right? Like, who fucking knows? But anyways, let's try doing something here. And we'll keep that perspective going, right? Because this is the box that it's encompassed in. Obviously, I ended up drawing this, like, I actually did not make this as large as I wanted it to be. But that's just par for the course, I guess. Right, so again, am I losing the perspective? A decent amount, but we're gonna have to make it work. So let's see. I do want to do something like, there you go. And again, we have to follow that ellipse. That sphere all the way down. Actually, no, this ended up being a decent amount larger than I initially, or like that I did want to plan out to be, right? So I'm just trying to think, like this needs to possibly, I mean, like I say like Mo needs to possibly, but possibly this is something over here that I'm multiple rounding, right? The edges over here. But then what am I connecting? We need large graphic shapes, right? So maybe I could do something like this, where, let's see, Large graphic shapes trying to. Oh god, I got a burp. Nope, that's not the one. It's still stuck in there. But I'm trying to think, like, perspective-wise, is there something that I can do? Right. I mean, I could. I guess I technically could just draw a giant fucking ellipse. You know, I want to try making an ellipse look interesting. So, it's a contour. It's gonna be multiple rounded. I want to really try, and again, my fucking pen's going to shit. So let's switch back to the other one now. Right, let's just back and forth, right? Is this making any difference? No? God, maybe. You know, fuck this. I think both these pens are just dead. They're just dead. It's time to bring out the actual pen that I've been just like that is completely unused, which is this one, right? And now you're about to see how much more ink flow there is. See, Jesus Christ. But you know, it's fucking these lines up quite a bit. Oof, so let's see, something like, oh yeah, okay. So we could do something like this. Right? That is basically something jutting in over here, right? Like it's covering this material. This definitely looks a lot more legit now, for sure. I'm just trying to think how that would affect if it's going in that way, right? We'll have it wrap around here. Again, I'm trying to think of like a large cylindrical shape, right? While also trying to keep the perspective in mind, which is very difficult. I'm not gonna lie, very difficult. But I think I could. I'm just trying to yeah, something like this, right? Yeah, there you go. Maybe something like this. I don't know if this is gonna make any sense, but these are kind of like the, yeah, these are the little manipulations and the things I have to problem solve, right? And I don't know if this is gonna make any sense at all, but that's what I'm trying to figure out right now, while I really try to hold that box and the center line and the ellipses, sorry, and this, yeah, the center lines, the ellipses, everything in mind. Oof, this could be something that ends up being pretty decent, or it could be a complete clusterfuck. And I love this pen. Like, I love it when I get a new pen because it really showcases to me how much work my lines need. And the foreshortening's already a bit fucked, to be honest. Oh, see, that was a fuck up. That was 100% a fuck up because I didn't follow the contour correctly. Right. Now we could add little details like this. Right? And something, I need to add some sort of manipulation that makes this seem more legit. So we could add perhaps, maybe this is actually solidified. And then let's see. Yeah, it's pretty unconfident right now, but I'm just trying to think in terms of what this larger shape could be. I feel as if I already lost it a decent amount. It was going pretty decent, but now it's kind of gone. So I'm just trying to think. Oh man, look at that, 34 minutes and I've barely understood anything that I want to draw, right? So I just really got to think right now of the large shape. So what is this? Like, this was supposed to be a large shape and I feel as if I completely lost it. But maybe something could be done. Let's see, something like, because again, I lost the perspective completely, but maybe something like that, right? So I could bring this out. and then it's there you go. That's a little bit better. And then that could also be, definitely think I fucked it up a little bit, but yeah, see, that doesn't make much sense anymore. Why don't we just add some shading here? Maybe that's the eye area. Who knows? I'm really trying to retain that box. I'm telling you right now, I'm really trying to see that sphere, the box, everything inside of it. But there is something that could be done here, hopefully, that makes this look not as shit. And I think it'll have to come down to kind of creating a little manipulation like that, hopefully. Nope, that was too far out. I didn't foreshorten it properly. I did not center it properly. But let's see, maybe this could also help. If I were to add a little cutout like that, and then these two were to connect here, because again, we do want to follow the contour of or the silhouette of a sphere accurately. Nah, see, this had good ideas, but it ended up going to shit. And like, there's a lot of issues. It's amazing, but there's a lot of issues. It's actually incredible how many issues there are, right? But don't mind me, that's just my family. They just got home. Okay. And that's just me adding detail for sake of adding detail. Like, this is clearly very difficult to understand. I had an idea here, I had an idea here, but I actually completely lost it. So whatever this is, it's not what it was supposed to be, but it is what it is now, right? So, and again, like, I think I lost the perspective a little bit as well, but it's still a lot better than what it was, or what it could have been prior to, or like before, right? So again, see, like, perspective is completely lost. Yeah, perspective is completely lost, and now I'm just noodling and doing stupid shapes. So I'm gonna rest my brain. Oh, that was extremely difficult. I encourage you to do, I hope you guys rested your brain way more than I did, because I was so focused on this, but I lost that a lot. So we're gonna do that again. And we're gonna keep trying. We're just gonna keep trying. We're just gonna keep fucking trying. Right? So yeah, let me let me rest my brain. That was good. Oof. But yeah, I think the biggest takeaway, hopefully, that I would like for anybody listening or watching this to take away, would be the fact that, as you can see or hear, I'm just going like, maybe I'll do this, maybe I'll add that, maybe this will be a cutout, maybe this will be a subtraction. How does this connect? But in the beginning, I couldn't think of any of that. When I first started doing this shit, it was just, how can I make a line that doesn't look like shit? Right? Hundreds of times, hundreds of times. That's all it was. Right? So, and again, like here, I didn't even just adding something like this that emphasizes the form a little bit more, right? Even something like that makes a huge difference, you know? And again, I didn't even curve this along the contour properly, but you see like how that makes a huge difference? Because now it's like, oh, okay, this is actually something that's kind of, yeah, I definitely didn't curve this properly. And if I'm gonna do that, then I might as well just do this. But yeah, it's a lot of what ifs and like, does this make sense? And I tried visualizing something interesting here, but then I got so caught up in the tiny details, which was a huge mistake, right? And it's like, I'm not seeing everything at once. I'm doing a lot of what ifs and like, maybe this adds here, maybe that adds here, and maybe this, that, blah, 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 bullshit, right? But it's really just kind of trial and error and constantly just trying to make sense of everything, right? And again, like I say shit like silhouette, but was I really thinking about silhouette? Maybe 20% of the time, maybe, right? So you have to keep that in mind as well. Like it's I'm not doing nearly as much as I would like to, and that's part of the process, right? Is the fact that I'm not doing nearly as much as I would like to. But that's the important part, is that you're just trying to do that much. You know, we're not the people that we want to be. That's a bit too subtle now. It's like between this and this. But yeah, we don't, if, you should not be surprised that you don't have the skill that you don't have, right? The only thing that you should not be surprised by is like you're trying to project and put in the effort towards having the skill that you don't have, right? Like that's what this was. This was an attempt to have the skill that I don't have, right? Skill. Just to say it again one more time. Skill. Not talent, skill. Skill? Skill. Skill. Yeah, skill. There you go. Hopefully me saying it 50 times will one day make a fucking difference to all the retards out there, but... Oh, and I keep fucking the face. So we're gonna keep doing this angle, because I definitely keep fucking up this, like how narrow. Like this guy's face is way more turned away. Like again, we don't see much of the left side of his face at all, like from our perspective, of course, because his eye is completely hidden by his nose. And I understood that yesterday too, and I even said it and I drew it out, but saying it and drawing it out are two completely different things, right? Like, or like retaining that on a larger scale are two completely different things. So again, and I'm trying to really envision that sphere inside this box as I continue to draw, right? It's all about visualizing the perspective at the end of the day. That's really all it is. It's that's really all it is, quote unquote. It's not all it is. I know it's difficult. I'm telling you guys, I mean, at least I'm telling myself. I know that my words will mean a lot. And this is the same shit I always say, but like when I draw these things, I'm very passionate about the beginner journey, or just the art journey in general. And because I actually went through a genuine beginner journey where I couldn't draw clean lines, and I still can't really draw the best lines, but that's because my standards have improved exponentially, which is exactly how it should be, right? You know, but that aside, right? Like I definitely, I feel very passionately about encouraging anybody listening or watching that everything you see before you and everything you will see before you in the years and decades to come is achievable, because I'm literally fucking average to below average, right? The only thing I've done, and this is an important thing, like I'm not discounting the importance of this thing I'm about to say, but the only thing I've done is just put in as much effort as I possibly could, as consistently as I could, right? And that is a big deal. And that's why like anybody can achieve anything, is you just have to put in as much fucking effort as possible. And yeah, I know there's gonna be some fucking idiots in the comments be like, well, actually, if you have a 40 IQ, then think about those people. It's like, shut the fuck up. I'm talking about you, right? Who is most likely not fucking actually retarded, right? You don't actually have any developmental disabilities. You're physically abled, right? You're not, you want to learn, clearly, right? Like you don't have anything that would be considered a genuine handicap, I would assume, right? And if you do, I guarantee you there's somebody out there who has your same handicap and has still made it work for them, okay? And if there hasn't, be that person. Be the inspiration. So either way, you can win. Either by proving the fact that you are able to achieve things because others have achieved it, or by proving that even if others haven't achieved it, you will achieve it because you can do it. Like there isn't anything that's actually impossible for you. So obviously it'll come down to belief at the end of the day, right? 90% of the people listening or watching at this point, when my channel blows up and when this is an archive of my greatness or the greatness journey I'm going on or whatever the fuck, right? There will be people who will not actually be people who want to draw, but just people who will be interested for a moment, who will be like, interesting, what did he draw back then? They'll probably chance upon exactly what I'm saying right now, right? And they'll be like, oh, okay, he's saying some shit either I kind of understand, I don't care for, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't matter to me, right? But the point is, yeah, there will be people who disagree with what I'm saying because nobody actually wants to think that they're capable of doing this for some reason, right? And I understand because I was one of those people, right? I was literally one of those people. The reason I'm so fucking passionate, and maybe I sound frustrated, angry, whatever, right? But there's a common sentiment about people who are very passionate, and or like a common pattern is you'll notice that when people are passionate about things, it's because they've been through it themselves. And I'm telling you, I've been through it. Like I'm telling you, I know what it feels like to think that you can't do something for years and years on end. Again, I spent my entire 17 to 25 just smoking weed and being a complete fucking loser, right? If that offends you, you're a moron. Like, it's as simple as that. Okay, spending all your fucking time doing drugs is not good for you, and clearly has repercussions, right? At least it did for me. If you're better than me, right? If you're better than me, then congrats. You can continue doing whatever you want to do. But if you're just a normal person, right, who has had vices but does want to improve and knows they have untapped potential, then join the hashtag ViggyFammers, right? Link in Patreon, Ko-fi, link in description. It always comes back down to the shilling. You're a genius, Viggy Vodka. You're a genius. You rile them up, you piss them off, and then you make sure to plug your content. Content? Your content. That should be accurate enough for the accent. Is this Russian? Is this Slovakian? Everybody Russian. Anyways, right. I think this angle was a bit off too, but overall it's getting slightly better, right? It's been 45 minutes, still constantly trying to envision the sphere and the contour lines, but I fail miserably 90% of the time. I'm genuinely just consistently failing, right? It's hard, like I barely see it. Like I keep forgetting to see it too. Let's not forget that part. Like I literally just forget to do the action, because I'm also focused right now on the whole features thing, right? But that's the thing. I'm focused on the features thing. I'm focused on speaking as well. So speaking while drawing is a skill. It's a very difficult skill, right? It's a very difficult skill. There you go. Whatever. The lips aren't perfect. I didn't even do the eyes here. Fuck it though. Okay. So again, let's keep trying. Let's keep trying to get the sphere in the box down, right? This perspective is off though. You should know that. Like, I got the angle, I got the tilt correctly, but we're seeing way more of the front of the face than the side of the face. And just because I actually didn't even take that in prior, I thought it was pretty accurate, but now obviously when I look at it again, right, there's still some things, and this was actually converging too fast. So yeah, you'll notice a bunch of things, and you have two choices: to be like, oh, I messed up, or to be like, wow, incredible. Now I know to continue, try to do my best to really get these things down. But like, this is what this perspective ended up being, right? Like, you'll see it's way more of the front plane than the side plane, right? It's like, it's much more condensed. At least that's what I believe it is. I could be off too, because again, nobody's saying that my observations are correct, right? But I do believe that it's a lot more of the front than the side, right? Like, I don't think that's too wrong, right? Yeah, it is a lot more of the front than the side, right? But the thing is, look at that. Like, I'm able to actually proportionally place a box inside of this now, right? Which is also a huge skill, like a huge boosted skill. I was struggling with that for last 2 weeks, and I was like, okay, I can genuinely see a box inside of this and like a pretty decently perfect sphere, right? Not perfect, but you know, along those lines. Anyways, I keep going on random tangents, but all I really ever want to say is, anybody who's watching this in the future or listening to this now, right? Again, let my work be proof that you can do that work as well. That's all I want to say, right? Like, that's really kind of all I want to say is like, let my work be proof that you can also work and achieve these things, because I'm nothing special. Like, I'm telling you right now, I'm nothing special. And you can either believe me and be like, if he's nothing special and he's capable of this, then I too, purely through effort and enjoying that effort and making as many mistakes as I can, as consistently as I can, for years on end, can also be quote unquote like this, which is nothing special. This is fucking nothing special. All right, this is the journey every artist goes through. Nobody's ever recorded it. I'm recording it for you. You're welcome. All right, refer to this. If you ever doubt the fact that the journey is like this, just refer to this. To all future artists and current artists. I'm probably future artists, current artists. You guys are seeing my journey, so this doesn't mean anything to you yet, right? But 5 years from now, it'll be like, oh wow, he had a point. I guess just hard work and consistency and enjoying the effort is really all that mattered. Holy shit. Oh my god. And exponential growth did the rest. Like, he just kept fucking trying new things and failing miserably. Oh my god, who would have fucking thought? Géniaux, they say. I think that means genius in French. I could be completely wrong, and I probably am completely wrong. But okay, what I want to start with, I always start with the eyes, right? Or like the, did you see that? Like, I went like this, right? That might not mean anything to you, but what that means is I was ghosting this fucking perspective. Do you see how off that is? Like, this is the bottom plane I was envisioning, because I don't have the skill, right, yet to envision it in a much more angled and, what's it called? narrower perspective, right? Like we see less of it. So that's what I'm also constantly trying to train, and like that's why I need to keep thinking about the center lines, right? But my head keeps fucking bumping into the goddamn, what's it called? Tripod, camera holder, whatever the fuck. But yeah, I really need to think about this. Okay. So what fucking hell, I need to stop bumping my head into the shit, man. But I need to really think about this while I sip on my cold coffee, right? Okay, so obviously the goal is not design something amazing because that's too vague, right? Right now it's just what large shape can I put? And I want to, like, this is the thing, like last time I had this idea and I still want to try implementing that idea, but I didn't, because I started like at the side, it turned into something completely different. So this time I want to actually, yeah, this time I definitely want to, and again, like while I'm talking, I'm really trying to visualize the box, the sphere inside the box. And this box is so hard to visualize in general because it's a very unfamiliar box for me as well. But let's just start with placing this line that hopefully indicates the form a little bit decently. But yeah, like this time I really want to fucking make that shape happen. And of course if this is jutting out this way, then that's jutting out. No. See, this is the part where I need to actually calculate, right? Because I need to see the box. And I need to think about how it's jutting out. It's jutting out like this. And then it's coming in here. And then it's going out there. But my pen just, I guess, wants me to go fuck myself. Right? But it's okay. It's okay. I will go fuck myself after this. Don't you worry, pen. Don't you worry, pen. For I will diddle after this session's done. That was an unconfident line. But, okay, so like, yeah, I definitely want to visualize what I'm visualizing here, right? It's just a matter of thinking about, yeah, it's just a matter of thinking about the perspective, the lines, the shapes, the forms, the sphere, the center lines inside the sphere, inside the box, right? It's just a matter of that. Didn't you know? Art is the easiest skill in the world. Fuck off. I'm saying that to myself, and that completely made up argument in my head. Let's see, and that's down here, so that will make that a bit larger. It's already getting a bit muddied, but I'm really trying to like make this at least relatively the shape I was imagining, right? So we want it to come down and okay, I need to calculate the angles in my head now. Just the angles for this in relation to the box. So it's jutting out, and then I want it to, yeah, I want it to come back here and then go back. So I want something like this. Yes, that's what I want. And we'll do the same thing on the other side, right? But that's the thing, this is where I have to calculate it, because if this is jutting back like so, then this is also jutting back like so. Interesting. Hold up. Let me try to see this in my mind in a way that makes sense. Oh, this is so difficult to visualize. This is so fucking difficult to visualize. This is definitely going to be over an hour. My videos in general right now, because I'm thinking so hard, are definitely going to be over an hour. But let me just think. Okay, yes, this is... I love this. I love this discomfort so much. Okay, so holy shit. So what is happening here? I can't even think right now. It's like I'm thinking about so much at once. The angles and calculating this and also trying to make sure it makes sense. So this is jutting out and I want it to go back, which I've done. So if in that case, this is coming out and then, yeah, oh, never mind. Okay, so this is coming out and then I want it to go back as well. That would be like this then, right? Yes. I believe. And if it's wrong, which is great as well, because it's wrong. Right? So it's really just a win-win. And then I want... Oh yeah, okay. And then we want this. But which direction do we want it in? Something like this. And again, I'm completely losing the box, but it's okay because I'll keep bringing it back, right? And I'm pretty sure like this perspective can be incorrect, but I just need to think about, let's see. Okay, so we'll start here. Right, if we start there, it should be a lot easier to... Okay, so that's where I'm manipulating the perspective now, right? And maybe it'll just follow this, right? Something like that. So again, trying to really think about the box, keep the sphere, or keep the sphere in mind. Lines need to be super, super fucking... There you go, something like that. Okay, these manipulations at least make sense to a degree, right? That's the main thing. That's what I wanted to really project. And then now we can have something that comes outward. Keeping that box in mind. 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 What can I do? I still want to do this elliptical thing here, so... There you go. Something like that, right? And I want it to connect, so what we could do is... There you go, and then this comes outward as well. I love this. Oh my god, this is really fucking grinding my brain. Slowly but surely, we're trying to make things connect and make sense, right? So... Let's see. I could just do something like that. Yeah, well, we want large shapes. I want large shapes, so I'll just do something like this. I want large shapes, so let's see. Okay, so if that's like that, then that definitely has to be a lot bigger. It definitely has to, if I'm going by the perspective, because I'm not just going to calculate it half-assedly, right? We're going to bring it up. This is coming down. Yeah, it's coming down because this is all... See, that's the thing. Like, I have to maintain all these different relations and angles that are happening, but remember that it's all occurring on this plane, which is also curved around a sphere, which has a center line, right? So with that in mind, I have to really make sure that it makes sense. Right, and then we'll have this curve inwards, like so. And that is the large shape. So we're gonna just, again, reinforce the perspective. There you go. It's already starting to look more legit. If my pen didn't tell me to go fuck myself every 10 seconds, then it would mean a lot more to me. And this is a new pen too. Oh, that's the worst part. This is the fucking new pen. But I definitely did make a lot of mistakes in terms of the length, because this is way too long, right? Like, this should have been much smaller and jutting out inward. So, like, this is calculated incorrectly. So we actually, what we need to do is do something like this. Or I thought that's what I needed to do, but... Okay, that's just incorrect now. But it's okay. Let's just fill that out, fill this out. And then... Let's see, we can connect these like so. And I can just make like a little cutout here. And let's see, maybe doing a little cutout like that will make all the difference. Nope, it still kind of looks like shit now. Because I'm not thinking anymore. You see, there you go. Like, I'm not thinking. And when I'm not thinking, I'm not drawing properly. See, and that was supposed to be part of the... Yeah, that was supposed to be part of the fucking... the sphere, but... Let's see, maybe we can just connect it like so. well, these things don't make sense anymore, so I just have to make sure that there's some semblance of understanding that's occurring. Okay, okay. Um, the only way I see out of this is to... There you go. Create like an attachment like that. There you go. And this right there should make things, yeah, there you go. That makes things a lot clearer. We will, and again, like the perspective is off. I definitely fucked up the perspective with this shape because I wasn't thinking, right? At least hatching helps a little bit when it comes to understanding, just a little bit. And again, while I'm doing this hatching, it's so hard to think about the overall box and the shapes I'm thinking about, but you know, it's what it is. But anyways, let's just try to get bigger shapes down, right? Let's just try to get bigger shapes down. That was a complete fuck up on my end. But let's see, maybe, because this is still around in a sphere, right? So let's see, maybe something. Oof, I'm really struggling now. I'm really struggling to make sense of all of this. Like genuinely really struggling to. But we're gonna have to just keep going. Just try to make sure there's something that's happening. Oh, why is my laptop turning off? Oh no, it's not. It's just, I don't even know why I need this thing on, to be honest. Oh, I didn't even plug it in, but at least my phone's charging. Anyways, completely tangent. My phone's just charging while I'm drawing. Okay, now I need this pen to fucking come alive, bro. Jesus Christ. There you go. Okay, so I'm still trying to think about the box as much as I can. Like these shapes, I feel as if I really messed them up. So now we need to think about distinctions that can be made, because there was something happening and then I fucked it up, right? Like it doesn't look like it's connecting properly anymore, but I did have a pretty decent idea. So like I know that I can have decent ideas now, right? Like we know that decent ideas can occur. There you go. We'll just connect those. And let's see, I want, here, maybe I should do something like this, because this is obviously this sphere, or like this little cylinder here, right? And we can just bring that up like so, and then maybe we can, I don't know, because it is a, let's see, I'm trying to think, because I'm trying to keep the sphere and the fucking, the perspective in mind. It's so hard right now, and you can see it's already been changed, like angle-wise, it's already been changed a little bit. It is actually more accurate, but I'm honestly end up doing something like this right now, which is very difficult. Like I've done this again, and that's my fault, because you see, like this perspective was correct, it was going right, and then this became way too large. Because I didn't turn it in perspective correctly, and that's a lot of that is just because my lines are ass, right? Like my line work and my ability to visualize and keep that perspective consistent is bad. So maybe just something like this, right? We can just follow this and then just close it off, because I can't think of anything else for this shape, right? And then same thing here, how is this connected? Well, this can kind of jut out like that, maybe? Nah, that doesn't really work. That looks a little bit better, right? That was just me connecting it, and this is like a cutout that I have to make sense of, so again, maybe this can just follow the sphere, right? Just follow it a little bit. And perhaps there will be something that comes out, who knows, right? It's super hard to know exactly what I'm trying to do here, because I literally cannot think this is like the tail end of my practice, right? So it's gonna make a lot of sense that I can't think. It's gonna make a lot of sense. And that's why I just have to keep pushing past that. But hey, this ended up looking pretty interesting too. All mistakes being considered, right? Let's see, maybe these eyes can have just something graphic to them. I'm not gonna commit to anything yet, but yeah, we'll leave that as it is. It feels as if I've been here before. And then, let's see, okay, trying to think about the box. This is super fucking difficult, but we just need something that confirms that, hey, this is that perspective. So maybe just a line that, see? Just a line that says, hey, we're still thinking about perspective, right? We're still thinking about perspective. Do not worry. Even though that's extremely inaccurate, right? Even though that's extremely inaccurate, we can still pretend like we're still thinking about perspective. You know? So it's a little bit better. But again, way too much of the front, because I'm having trouble foreshortening. Again, like I had the eyes right, but you'll see everything else is not foreshortened. It's not curved properly. Like we're not supposed to see so much of this left side. But that's a me issue. That's a skill issue. That's a me issue. That's a skill issue, right? So, and really trying to see that box in the center line, slowly but surely. Okay, now we just gotta think like, how can I connect this? I want a large shape, so I can just do something like this maybe, right? Same thing on the other side, but no, like I have to think about how that would work. We can't just make decisions without thinking about how they would work. Like, I can at least fix this a little bit, right? In terms of the perspective. It's a lot more curved. A lot more curved. And let's see, that's just something that's supposed to... Let's see. Maybe I can... There you go, have something jut out. And I gotta think about the perspective here. Right? And... Let's see. On the other side, you shouldn't really be seeing much. There you go. And same thing coming down, and then let's see. Again, this is just like, what is this? This is elliptical subtraction, right? It's a manipulation of the contour or of the form. Sorry, like it's genuinely hard to explain while I'm thinking, but I hope there's like at least some understanding that, oh, he's just kind of experimenting with manipulations, right? Like if you can take away that, that would make me a little bit happier to know that I haven't completely shat the bed when it comes to explaining things, right? That would make me happy. Well, whether I'm doing it correctly or not, at least, like, you know, there's an attempt to try to make things make sense for you, the listener, right? And we're gonna leave this shape as it is. Actually, we'll add one simple thing. We'll add a form indication to showcase that it's a spherical shape, right? And that's what it was. Like, it was a cutout to allow a spherical shape to exist. Right, and then you see this a lot in hard surface design, so we'll just replicate it on the other end too, right? Line, mistake, really good. Okay, and then now I want to create a large shape that's jutting out here, right? And we could actually really, I think, just let me, if I calculate the angle correctly, right? Really make this kind of unique to something I haven't done before, which is... There you go, something like that. And this is where I'll actually have to really think about the foreshortening aspect, because there you go, something like that, right? This actually angle should have been a lot smaller. I fucked that up again, which is good, right? And then let's see if that's the eyes, which, oh, my stomach's grumbling. I don't know if anybody can hear that. I assume the noise canceling is getting rid of it, but Damn, iPad also has low battery now. Plug that shit in, boy. Yum, 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 yum. Okay, whatever. It should be charging now, right? But now I'm trying to really think of like, what's just like a general large shape that I could have here. You know, cutouts, embeddings. It's really difficult to think about all these different things again, because I can look at complicated shit on Pinterest all I want, but I would like there you go. See, that's not bad in terms of the spherical shape, but I would like to think about how it's actually jutting in. Let's see. Ah, shit, my head keeps tapping the fucking camera. Okay, whatever. There you go. It kind of looks like a Megatron. And then something like this. So yeah, perspective is definitely off here, but let's see if I can. Yeah, like this definitely was off. Oh my god, like it's so off now that I think about it. This line definitely fucked things up. It should have been way back here. And then going. If I can just kind of fraud that like that, maybe it'll make it a little bit better. I'm still being a bit too I'm being way too complicated. I know that, like, there's very few clear shapes that are occurring. I'm still trying to work on it, but for this sake, let's see. Yeah, like I've lost a lot of thought. I don't know. Let's just close it. Fuck it. Yeah, well, I couldn't think there at the end, but I mean, hopefully, yeah, just me doing this makes it. Oh no, now my pen wants to fucking work. Now you want to work, you piece of shit. Now you want to fucking work, do you? Motherfucker. Oh, never mind. It doesn't want to work anymore. I guess I just gotta find the angle where it works. Stupid. Fucking motherfucker. Anyways, yeah, like I hope this shows that I'm still struggling quite a bit. And again, constantly trying to think about that box and the experience out of the box. This is a lot better in terms of perspective. I had it and then I didn't. Like you see, like we shouldn't be seeing so much of this left side because I look at the eyes, right? Look how much I turned that. So that's a huge mistake. That's a huge mistake. Insane mistake. I'm gonna keep, honestly, I'm gonna stick with this angle until I really understand it. Like, because this angle is gonna be great for me practicing foreshortening, which is extremely important when it comes to faces, right? And if I can do it with difficult hard surface shapes, I'll definitely be able to do it with relatively more simple facial features, right? So now I'm just kind of improving the line work a little bit because my pen's actually working now. Right? Let's see. What did I do? Oh, I forgot to add that line. Let's see. And then something like this. Yeah, it actually looks, it doesn't look too bad. At least designs are getting a bit better, right? Like, I'm very proud of myself that my shapes are actually, like, have more intention behind them, which is always nice. Like, they definitely have a lot more intention behind them, which is good, because that means I am learning, thank fucking goodness. But either way, that was extremely difficult. That was extremely difficult. So that was good, right? So I'm gonna rest my brain, right? Lots of fucking mistakes were made, incredible amount of mistakes were made, right? I hope you tried, I hope you really put a lot of effort in. Never forget, current people watching or listening, if you're at this fucking point, which you probably aren't, right? Or the people in the future, right? The greatness comes from the work you put in, and you're capable of putting that work in. So really, how do we enjoy putting in the work? By just only focusing on the effort and forcing ourselves to feel good when we make mistakes, even when we try our best not to, right? As long as you can keep internalizing that and thinking about that, that's all that really matters at the end of the day. Again, like this perspective is still pretty off because while I got the angle decently right, it's still like I still need to show way more of the, from our perspective, the right side of the face. and way less of the front. And I'm too used to seeing the front, right? Like this is, I love this guy's fucking angle, like that they took this picture in, because like genuinely, it's so difficult. So we're not gonna stop. We're gonna keep fucking going, and I'm gonna work on getting this down today as much as possible, right? But I'll see you guys in about half an hour. Well, technically the next day or the next video, whoever's listening. But yeah, I'll be back soon. Anyways, with that being said, as always, fuck you for watching. Keep drawing, and please give me money.